everyone, and welcome to the third episode of the Drop In. And we're jumping to a new industry now. We're jumping to the music industry, and we couldn't ask for better guests. We have Rayms Marasigan, of course, of 700 bands, I think, and Kai.
We're
So
bandmates, kami ni
yeah, they're
Kai.
bandmates.
We're
So,
bandmates.
hey, so let's get right to it.
Yeah, hello guys. First of all, hopefully safe and sound, everybody, you and your families. Thanks for joining us. It's obviously music and OPM in the time of COVID-19. Basically, that's what we want to kind of find out. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it correct to think that one of the biggest issues or problems right now for artists or bands would be the live gigs?
I guess parang my main source of income is live shows, diba? Despite other sources, parang production or whatever, recording, but yeah, that's the biggest blow actually.
On the average lang, I'm not saying amount but how much percentage on the average for an average musician? How much of the percentage of what they make is from the live gigs? Just to underscore the importance of it also.
Probably like 80%
Wow.
is from gigging. With my band, before the lockdown, we were gigging maybe 5 times a week. So it's really, that's like going online is something we haven't really figured out because our main thing was really the live shows. So that's a huge blow for us right now.
Yeah, when that shift happened, I remember I was talking to you, Rayms, a few years ago about that. When I asked you if you guys were still earning off of record sales, and obviously there was a change in the industry. But now that there's another change that's happening, how are you guys gonna tackle what everyone's calling the new normal?
I played a few shows, and I'm
Mhm.
going to play a few more shows. It's a little different. Everybody's trying to figure out a format wherein bands can play and earn. But I think I've talked to Superstar, my management, and told them, sabi ko, and also Lockdown, sabi ko, there will be shows. We just need to figure out how to do it. Kasi yung kunwari sponsors need to promote their product, and they've already may nakalaan na budget for it. What they don't have is a venue, and they need a venue kasi for more people to see the product. Eyes,
Right.
sabi ko. But basically, if you do it online, if you do it properly, there will be more eyes on the product. Ibig sabihin, if 30 people to 100 people will see it in Route 196, if you put it online and you do it properly and people will watch because it's interesting enough, mas marami yun. That's gonna be like I was shocked. I played a show last week, and it's like, what, 40,000 people saw it, di ba?
Right.
I can't get that on a regular weekend, di ba? Parang
Right.
kahit piyesta eh. Sabi mo piyesta sinulog. That's Martin Rivera numbers na live. That's Gary V live, di ba? Parang
Yeah.
so I think we just need to figure out some things on how to make it more interesting, how to get the sound right, di ba?
Right. Okay. If you are able to pull it off, is it something sustainable?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the challenge here, like what Rayms said, is to get creative with the way we present the show online, because like he said, there's 40,000 people watching, and you know that the attention is on you talaga. So, and they can pay for that, they can go watch you, but they can just as easily leave if the show isn't as interesting. So I think it's coming out with more creative ways to present your music. I think that's one of the challenges. Apart from losing the gigs, it's challenging ourselves na lang and to sell ourselves basically.
So I was asking this question because with the premise that we're seeing a lot of creative stuff online, locally and internationally, and how they're presenting their music, how they're performing, and all of that. But somehow you get the feeling that they're doing it with the mindset that this is temporary. Sa ngayon, ito muna gagawin natin. Pero hindi ito magtatagal. But what if it does extend? Because it looks like it's going to extend, at least, gathering and converging. Rames, what are the more creative things that you've seen, that you've witnessed, or when you're doing your research, I guess? And I know you're doing a lot also as we speak.
I'm actually checking out yung how TV is doing it, 'di ba?
Mm.
Like how Conan is doing it, how Fallon is doing it, how SNL is doing it. So that's where I'm looking at, no, parang how we can sustain it. And I think it's sustainable if you keep it interesting enough, 'di ba? Parang they're doing it like this. There's no special lights, there's no makeup, there's no high-tech camera, there's no high-tech sound. But if our topic is interesting enough, I think people will listen to this show, or 'di ba? Just like this show.
Kai, I think you guys did about 3 or 4 shows already. Rames, I think you did one show a week and you released one song a day for a while. You released
Yes.
3 singles or 4. I think you did one with Glock. You did one with Assembly Generals.
Released one today with mayonnaise.
Well, there you go.
Oh.
See, you did one. So talk about being prolific. I mean, you talked off camera before we started recording about this being a conscious effort for you to stay creative. Can you talk about that a bit? Why you're doing that?
I was thinking about it. It's like, why am I doing it? So I'm not doing it for content, obviously. I'm doing it to keep busy, because I think it's some sort of defense mechanism. If I'm stressed, I always go to music. And whatever it is that I do, and so it's like, it's good na napanood natin yung Beastie Boys, and parang sometimes, diba, you think parang, is this good enough, or will people like it? That fuck it, I just want to do it because I want to do it. Diba? I don't call people. It's like, hey, let's release a single, and parang, no, si Monty talked to me before this thing happened, and then I was talking to Glock 9 then, because we're friends. Diba?
Right.
And parang, hey, what do you got? Any beats? Yeah, I got a beat. I got a chorus. Not just a beat. I have a chorus. Diba? Parang ganon. Parang it's not a conscious effort. Parang I don't need the likes or the follows, or I'm old, but like the Beastie Boys docu, parang you just want to do it, just like you guys. Parang let's put out something, because you can't sit still. Because
Right.
if we sit still, we'll go, like, all 4 of us will go insane.
Right.
I
I
think.
hear that. Yeah, no, absolutely.
If I just sit for a few minutes without doing what we like to do, I think we'll be a nervous wreck, diba?
No, I was going to go to Kai, and I was talking about this with Zoe also. Na parang, yes, we want to put stuff out there, but we also want to make sure, as Rames kind of said it in a different way, that it has to be authentic to you, not because you're trying to, I don't know, whatever, whether it's getting likes, getting followers, or staying relevant, or whatever the phrase may be. Kai, nag-usap tayo the other day, and you were talking about how, you're always in contact. Obviously, you're in a compound of musicians. You're always in contact with everybody else. What are they thinking, and what are they doing? What's the consensus pag nag-uusap-usap kayo?
I think the good thing is that with all of us, we're 5 musicians in this house. There's one person for each parang form of media, because my brother and sister, they work with the TV industry, so I can see how the stations are trying to handle what's happening now. And then my sister and then my husband, we're all in bands, so we're all like figuring out, and it sort of leveled the playing field. Like, everyone is trying to do the same thing, which is get online and focus on how they present it. Like what Rayms said kanina, it's not about getting the most likes anymore, because everyone in the world is online. They're watching. So even if they don't like it, even if they don't share it, someone's watching. So you just need to constantly put stuff out there. It's practice for yourself also. So parang my sister-in-law, she has been going live every day for the past 3 weeks. So parang she's just constantly with each show trying to do something different, whether she'll do like a looping thing, or she'll do like with a full band and then pre-recorded, and then
With
my
the kids.
husband on the other hand, with the kids, yeah. My husband
Saya.
on the other hand, like he's more of a visual guy, so
Yeah.
he edited. He's been like learning how to edit music videos, and then he's sort of presenting his music or other people's music in that medium as well. So with
Is it
my
the
other
sandwich
brother and
video?
sister,
Yes.
yeah, he did. That was
He is the sandwich video.
Yes, the sandwich video.
I was right
Ayan.
next to him, and I wasn't allowed to look at him while he was doing that because it was like his art thing. Anyway, yeah. So we're all 5 of us. We're all still figuring it out. We're all just constantly putting stuff out there. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then try again next time. It's sort of like starting from scratch again when you start to perform your songs for the first time in bars, but except it's online.
I think if I was a basketball player, I'd be playing basketball more daily, 'di ba? Parang if I was a boxer or people who can cook, they cook more or trying out new things. So, but I
Or
can't
want to
I
learn
can't
how to
cook
cook.
nor play basketball. So I think I'll just play, 'di ba?
What about
Pero
you, Kai?
interesting yan. Teka, interesting yan.
Yeah.
So, Rayms and Kai, and I want Rayms and Kai to jump on in this because si Zoe may magandang tinanong sa akin, I think kagabi. Skill-wise, anong natutunan nyo na bago? Yeah.
Okay, forced to woodshed bigla, eh, di ba? It's forced woodshedding. So is there any new skills that you guys are picking up?
I'm a better cook. I'd like to think so. Let's ask Echo. Maybe I'm a better cook. Yes, daw.
Oy, Echo.
For the first 30 days, parang sabi ko, okay, since I have like a lot of time, like at least a month, I will learn how to use my electronic instruments. Hindi lang yung parang, what does this button do? So there's more time. So 30 days of that. I got to know them pretty well after like years of them sitting and it's like, I only use them when I need them. And ito parang I'm going to use one or two daily and learn how this function works and read the manual, diba? Go online, go on YouTube. So that's the first month. Then and kasama din tapos after nun parang because people were asking parang pa-jam naman. So I started doing this new series parang
Galing.
parang
Oh, yeah.
stay in, jam with me or whatever.
Right.
So I've been working
Virtual
on
jam.
drum things. Yes, I'm working on drum things that I've always like wondered. Parang theoretically I know what it is, but you have to physically put in the time to learn that damn shuffle. Alam mo yun? Diba? Parang, so every day parang that's the first day of that's the first hour of my day when I wake up. It's like just like woodshed on the drums, which I used to do as a teenager, but you can't do since I went pro. I didn't have the time to didn't have an hour to practice. Now so that's the second thing. The third thing is I'm learning to edit kasi wala akong choice.
Nice.
Learning cut to cut lang, 'di ba? Parang cut to cut, just like trying to tell a story, parang on a few with just a few cuts.
Right.
So ganon. And I have tech support. I have a teenage. She's not a teenager anymore. Oh my God.
Anymore.
She's your driver.
20.
Oh
She's
man.
20. So she now works for me sometimes. Parang, when I can get her to help me, parang anak, why is this thing not doing what I'm asking it to do? Parang she did all the lyrics for Echo's video. Parang those technical things I can't do those things.
It was a collab.
It's a collab.
I guess another question that comes to mind is what do you think the role of musicians and MCs and singers right now is?
Our role hasn't really changed. It's just the venue that changed. But entertainers are really just here to sort of take 3 to 30 minutes of your day and let you forget about everything, all the stress or whatever is going on. It's a 30-minute set of your day where you just zone out and listen to music or watch your favorite band, and it's just a short moment of the day where you can just forget about what you. I mean, it's not so cheesy and cliche, but we need that that brain break during the day to just not think about anything and just listen to good music. Entertainers are always just here to entertain. That's really just it.
The biggest thing is hope. I think we give hope. I never realized it until parang there was one day in that first month when I woke up and they want to do anything. We all have those days. They parang, I just don't want to get up. The news is it's so bad in the
Mhm.
news,
Right.
and it's like it's just so bad. You just don't want to get up and do anything. It's like I'm just gonna stay in bed. I'm just, diba, parang I don't even want. You don't want to do anything anyway. A random person messaged me in social media, and I don't know if it was Twitter or Instagram. Instagram yata, parang, oh, thank you for posting all these, weird things that you post. We all look forward to your posts daily. Because what do you do? Oh, we're nurses in ganito, in ganyang hospital. So, oh my God. So, di ba, parang, I gotta do my job. If he's doing his job, which is
Mm-hmm.
more difficult than our
Right.
job, we gotta do our job. Diba?
Yep.
I
Sabi,
love that.
all of us, all four of
Mm.
us, we need to do our job
Mm-hmm.
for
Mhm.
them then. And I think music and art gives hope, eh. No
Mm.
matter
Yep.
how cheesy
So,
that sounds.
Oh,
I think the most important thing that we all do, and I speak for all four of us, is parang some people do it, diba? Of course, I don't mind if people will pay us for this. Kasali din
mm.
yun, diba? But I think yung difference is it's honesty, eh,
mm.
diba? Parang first we like it. You have to like it first, eh, diba? You like what you're doing this podcast. Kai likes what she's doing, cooking and playing music, and we love what we're doing. I think that's
Mm.
honesty, and that will sustain it, eh. When you ask
Right.
about how to sustain it, I think it's you have to be honest, eh. I can't
Yeah.
do this if I don't like it, eh. Diba? Parang
Right.
nobody wants to sit on a drum set for an hour just working on to and again repeat, rinse, repeat, diba? Diba? Playing scales on a piano, scales. Nobody will do that unless you really like it, eh.
Amen.
Yep.
Right.
Amen.
And that's why I said earlier, you got to stay authentic even through this COVID-19 period, this pandemic. All right. On a last note, speaking of hope, um, and I will, kumbaga, ask this question with a baseline thought na, uh, again, correct me if I'm wrong. Rayms, you've been part of a lot of waves, kumbaga, when it comes to OPM, high, low, diba? Nakarami ka na ng ikot. We've seen the music industry, Kai, the music industry also has gone through the different cycles, the peaks and valleys. And correct me if I'm wrong, the last 5 years have been fantastic, in terms of product, production, output, whether you're a singer, you're a band, festivals, performances, it's very obvious. Now, if I'm starting music career in this age because there was so much momentum, and then this happens, and I'm not online savvy, I'm not, digitally savvy, and this is a problem that has happened for the very first time in our lifetime. What do you tell me? How do you encourage me? How do you keep me hopeful in staying and growing in the business?
First, I don't think if you start thinking of going into music because it's a business, I think tapos na agad yun, eh. I think you have to do it because you want it. Parang it's like any of the arts, I think, in in
Correct.
in film or radio, whatever, diba?
Yeah.
Parang you have to do it because you just want it. On the flip side, we are at the golden age of Philippine music and
Nice.
technology
Mm.
that you have no excuse. So if you want it, there's no excuse for you not to get a recording device or not to get online if you really
Mhm.
want to, 'di ba? Ganun lang kasimple, parang hindi pwedeng parang dun, so I'm posting these jam things and people are like, "Oh, I don't have a bass amp, sayang." 'Di ba? Tapos na 'yon, 'di ba? Para, "Oh, I
Right.
wish I had a guitar." Sabi ko, "No, if creative people, if you really want to jam, kuha ka ng tinidor, paluin mo yung water bottle mo and you can jam, 'di ba? Para if you want to, gusto mo, madali lang 'yon. Pero pag sumuko ka na agad na parang, wala, mahinang internet sa bahay, eh, parang
I'm sorry.
hindi, 'di ba? But
Hanapan,
Yeah.
hanapan,
you don't
hanapan mo
give
nga yung
up.
paraan.
Kung
Yun,
may
Yeah.
hanapan
kung
mo na yung
gusto,
paraan.
kung gusto may paraan.
Pre-record it. You pre-record it and then release it. 'Di ba? Parang
Word.
having poor internet is not an excuse. Having no bass amp is not an excuse. 'Di ba? Parang I'd be making a lot of music now if only I had parang 64 tracks. The Beatles did it in 4, 'di ba? Parang I don't
Right.
have that. I don't have your equipment. Parang no, I didn't have all this equipment. Diba? When we started, I had a 4-track.
Mm.
I had
Yeah.
I had a cassette recorder, diba? Parang when first few albums we had a
Right.
cassette
Right.
recorder. All the demos of the first 3 albums were done on a Sony cassette recorder. So there's no excuse.
If you have a phone to be able to ask us for advice, you can probably record music because
There you
all
go.
you really need is your voice and your instrument if you have it. I just wanted to share about this because like the main thing, our gigs were taken away, so I didn't have to think about what to wear or how to get to the venue, all the external things like that. So the past 54 days, all we really had is our instruments and our ideas. So if you're starting out and making music is your dream, you have all the tools you need right now: your voice, your instrument, time, and the ambition to have good ideas and good songs. It's all you really need. You don't need all of the external fancy equipment. You just need to have a good idea for a song. That's it.
And you have a captured audience.
That's true.
Tama ba yung term
Oo
captured
nga eh.
Yes,
audience?
yes,
Diba?
yes, yep.
Parang
Mm-hmm.
they're not in traffic, diba? They're
Yeah.
not in the office.
Yeah.
They're looking at the interwebs, diba? Parang
Uh-huh. So now's the time, huh? Now's the time.
there's
Yeah.
no
No. No
sports.
excuses. And
Guys, there's no sports
right.
eh. The
Yeah.
news is terrible. They're looking at entertainment.
So, and as Zoe and I were talking about the other day, in crisis there's always opportunity. So I guess that's the main thought that we want to put out there.
Mm-hmm. So, Rayms, Kai, thank you for hanging out with us. We're looking forward to all the new tracks that you guys put out over the next few days. Hopefully, this all ends soon and we can talk in a different context. But thank you again for joining
We
us.
need to get a drink, guys.
Oh, no
Yun,
doubt.
mas
Get a
maganda.
drink.
Let's
Yun,
make it
mas
I miss
happen.
you
maganda.
all. I miss you all. Thank you for
See
having
you
me.
soon.
Salamat. Salamat, guys. Thank you. Well, there you go. Thank you for watching episode 3 of The Drop-In, courtesy of the guys here from the collective. We had Raymond Marasigan from Sandwich, of course, and Kai Honasan Del Rio from Autotelic. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, collective_org, and check out our YouTube channel and just search for The Collective and look at the other videos that we have uploaded. Don't forget to like and subscribe.